Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something that is equally exciting and, honestly, kind of terrifying. The rise of humanoid helpers. Are we really going to let robots raise our kids? Well, we are jumping right in, so before we unpack that wild question, let me just give you the top 3 things I learned from the source material, right up front.
Number 1, AI is jumping out of our screens and straight into the physical world. 2, these robots are going to level up incredibly fast over the next decade, going from basic chores to actual caregiving. And 3, this shift brings up some totally unprecedented ethical and safety dilemmas. Okay, keep those in mind because we have a lot to unpack.
I want you to picture this hypothetical scenario from the source. You wake up, you're running incredibly late, and that familiar morning panic sets in. But instead of completely losing it and frantically rushing to get the kids to daycare, you just grab your bag, walk to the door, and wave goodbye to your family robot. Seriously, it's already in the kitchen, making breakfast, packing the lunches, and getting ready to help them with their homework later. It sounds like pure sci-fi, right? But this reality is actually coming way faster than you might think.
Which brings us to the massive question at the center of all this. Would you let a robot raise your kids? Really let that sink in for a second. It completely jolts our traditional understanding of family, trust, and tech. And the crazy thing is, this isn't just a fun philosophical debate anymore. It's a real impending technological shift that's going to force us to make some incredibly tough choices.
Okay, let's dive right into the humanoid helper era.
Think about the contrast here. Up until now, AI has mostly just lived inside our laptops and phones, right? We ask it a question, we have it draft an email, but the very near future brings AI right into our physical space. We're already seeing new models, like the recent ones from OpenAI, that can chat with you totally naturally and literally understand the physical room they're standing in. The AI is getting a body.
So what are these things actually going to do once they're living with us? Initially, they're designed to be the ultimate helpful roommates. They'll take over all the heavy lifting and those totally tedious, menial tasks that eat up your weekends. We're talking folding the laundry, cleaning up, or even just scanning the random leftovers in your fridge, coming up with the recipe, and then actually cooking dinner for you. The immediate convenience factor here is just off the charts.
But it moves beyond that, into chores, companionship, and caregiving.
Let's look at how this builds. Step 1 is the basic chores we just talked about. But because these machines are learning natural conversation and physical context, we fast forward right into step 2, genuine companionship. Imagine a robot keeping someone company who feels isolated or lonely. And if a machine is smart enough to cook, clean, and hold a great conversation with you, well, that inevitably leads to step 3, becoming the ultimate household caretaker.
And this is where the stakes hit the absolute ceiling. We are talking about relying on a machine to actively watch our kids or to care for our aging parents. That is a massive leap from having a robot fold your socks, isn't it? Having a machine act as a primary guardian for the most vulnerable members of your family is a profound shift, and obviously it brings up some major concerns.
Which brings us to the safety and ethical dilemmas.
There is a quote from the source that really hit the nail on the head for me. Leaving your most vulnerable family members alone with an artificial intelligence requires an unbelievable amount of trust. Think about it. If a software program crashes on your computer, you lose a document. But if a heavy, mobile robot glitches while carrying your toddler, the consequences are literally disastrous. We urgently need to guarantee that these machines are physically flawless.
And physical safety is really just the tip of the iceberg here. We have a whole host of ethical challenges to unpack. If these lifelike machines act and talk just like us, what kind of moral or legal rights might they eventually have? Plus, there's the economic elephant in the room. These robots are going to be incredibly capable, which means there is a very real risk of them displacing human workers who desperately need those jobs to survive. It's just a whole cascading effect of societal challenges.
So that leaves us with the ultimate question.
Look, it is undeniably exciting to imagine a world where robots do all our chores and make life vastly easier. But we are walking straight into uncharted territory, and we have a massive amount of societal and ethical infrastructure left to build. So to wrap up this explainer, I want to pose the question directly to you. If you had an incredibly advanced humanoid robot in your house, where do you draw the line? Would you let it watch your kids, or is delegating human care to an AI a hard boundary you simply aren't willing to cross? It's a deeply personal question, and one we're all going to have to figure out way sooner than we think. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Take care and keep questioning the future.